Sorry about that, guys. Forgot to hit the record button, so it got all wacky. Anyways, this is Andrew Walker, your host as always for Mise Watch, and this is the top 4 match for the January 2024 monthly. The match is between Flint Espil on Doomed Hermit, and his opponent, as has been the first 2 matches, is Gary Roth on White Weenie. So now that I've done it right, I think, let's just jump right in.
All right. So we are a best of 3, and you are going to be on the play.
That's correct.
Yep. Stating for the record. Yeah, I don't know. I know Andrew said he sometimes likes to record these if he can and post them or stream them, but haven't managed to make that lineup, so I figure I can record them and send him the videos. If he wants to upload them, he can.
Yeah, it's probably easier that way. Probably easier. So definitely scheduling-wise, it's easier.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do out in Cincinnati?
Excuse me?
What do you do out in Ohio?
Oh, I'm a scientist, so the job opportunity came up here, and I work in public health, and the opportunity was here, so I came out to do it.
In what capacity in public health?
Worker safety and health.
Okay.
So I do a lot of work with emerging technologies, things like advanced manufacturing and artificial intelligence, stuff like that, and try and figure out what's this mean for workers, what are the hazards, what are the opportunities to keep people safer, and how do we leverage that.
Okay, right on. How long have you been doing that?
About 8 years now.
You must be somewhat okay with it then.
I believe deeply in the mission. It's very important. You can cut Mill to the top every time.
Same for you. Same for you.
You.
I really don't care that much.
I was gonna say, the stakes are high in this top 8, right?
A lot of money on the line. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna mulligan.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
That hand had a very good card against your deck, but but that card was a not good until turn 4 card, which means it's not a good card against your deck.
Yeah, that's a little slow, I think.
Yeah. Better 6s.
I think I keep this.
This one's close.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Put this on the bottom.
Thinking.
Okay.
I'll keep it. I'll put this.
All right. Good luck, sir.
You too.
All right. I'm gonna go caves, pedal, druid. Go ahead.
And out of car wastes. And druid. cards you got left? You have 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let's not take unnecessary risk. I'll Sword Splash as the Druid.
21, you're at 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll pass it back to you.
Jumps to mine.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Two cards left.
3
cards left.
I didn't. Yep. Taking a point.
Yep. Mage.
Sure.
Vision Charm.
Okay.
Pass.
End of turn. Gonna 2 counters. I'll play a tutor.
Sure.
Get another one of those guys.
Sure.
Go to my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll draw it and I'll play it.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'll declare an attack.
No blocks.
Play port.
Okay.
Pass to you.
Upkeep.
No upkeep effect. Go to your draw if you want.
Okay.
I will tap your. Want to tap your caves or want to tap your other source? I'll tap the caves. Not the mine. Not the mine. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Clear attack.
No blocks.
Cast mage.
Sure.
I think the card is Shallow Grave. I want to say it is. That's the one that's the reanimate one, right?
Yeah, that's the right
Yeah.
one.
All right. Like Shallow Grave. And play another port.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you.
Upkeep.
No upkeep effect. You can go to your draw. And I'll tap that during your draw step.
Tap what?
The caves again.
Go ahead.
17, 13. 17, 13.
Yeah, it should be a 13, right?
Yeah, 17. I mean, mine life total 17. I think you have 8, me at 18.
Oh, yeah, okay, I missed one there.
Yep.
Thanks. I don't think it's going to matter, but I do appreciate it.
Don't want to be improper or unfair about anything. Cast Mother Runes.
Okay.
Play Trevor's Ruins. Trigger return this planes.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll pass to you.
Upkeep.
Let's tap the mine at this point. Right. You can go to your draw. And then we'll tap the cave.
Good.
Upkeep. Draw. I'll attack.
Down to 9.
Play Curse Scroll.
Yep.
Pass and repeat the sequence.
Mine.
Okay.
Bird.
You got bird.
Go.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Play another Adokar Waste. Attack.
Down to 5.
Cast Silver Knight.
Okay.
Pass to you. On your upkeep, I will tap the Gemstone Mine that has 2 counters.
Draw.
Yep. And during your draw step, I will tap the caves.
Okay. I'll play another caves. Good.
Untap. During my upkeep, I will. Let's do it this way. I will activate Cursed Scroll, targeting your Hermit Druid and naming Seal Cleansing. I have 1 card in my hand.
Yep.
So,
Show me the seal.
Yep.
You got it.
Now I will draw for turn.
Yep. Good.
Okay. Game 2 then.
All right.
I feel like I got lucky there.
Really?
Yes. I feel like I got lucky.
I mean, you had a pretty good hand.
I
right?
I did. But there was definitely a moment that could have gone very badly, and it did not. So, So I just want to say, like, when I was looking at your deck, I just went, this is a work of art. You know, I never took the time to really appreciate what is in Angry Hermit and like just how well this is put together. But like, it's a work of art. I just want to say that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's definitely been my pet deck, to say the least. I love this deck.
So I am a relatively recent entrant to the format, only about a year ago. But I learned enough history to appreciate just how much work you put in that deck and where it's taken you. So it's pretty awesome, and an honor to be able to play against you with it. So even if this is even if the Doomsday version is a little different in some regards,
it's a little silly, but you know, it's got its strengths.
It does. I want this card.
Let's see here.
I think I'm more likely not to want this card. So give that card helps me. This card helps me too. Okay. Let's make sure. So I was just like looking at it, thinking about, okay, what do I mage in different situations, and realizing that, oh, there's all these really weird ways you can play around a mage on any specific name, and going, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good, though. I mean, I did have the Vision Charm in my hand, and so I was going to tutor for a Dreadnought and play it, but you had the seal anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you definitely like stopped that line, and that was the active line that I was going to go for.
I will be honest with you, I actually drew the seal much later. If you
okay.
had the Dreadnought there, I would have lost to it.
Gotcha.
Which is why I said, all right, I'm going to do this right now. I hope he doesn't immediately have another Hermit and can't kill me with it. And you did find another Hermit because you had the tutor and all.
Yep.
But I'm lucky my ports, I think, bought me the 1 or 2 turns I needed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's see how this game goes. See if I can at least sneak one game from you.
I mean,
I saw your list and I was just like, oh god.
Yeah, I don't know if mine is I know mine. So here's the weird thing. Like, I know that my list looks like what a lot of people go, oh, this is really trouble for my combo deck. But at the same time, I can't help but go, oh my goodness, there's all these ways he can play around 1 or 2 pieces of interaction. Can I actually lock this? You know? So, like, I know you say I'm very favored. I know I believe you, but I can't help but I'm not going to take that for granted. Not at all.
That's totally fair. I think I'll keep this. Yeah.
I will not.
This here. You got all kinds of goodies after sideboard, don't you?
Yep.
Yikes.
I have a few cards I can bring in.
Yeah, just a few. Good lord.
I will admit I am not bringing in the Hydra Blasts.
You sure? Oh man.
I mean,
risky move. You at least brought in the chill, right?
I was gonna say I need to. You know, I really did think about, because sometimes you got to get the hand empty for those Cursed Scroll activations, and.
Oh, that makes sense. Prudent.
No, go in the 5. 2 hands with a single colorless source.
Ooh, woof.
Yeah. So that was a reveal that I still have Swords to Plowshares in my deck.
Did you just flip one? If you did,
I did. But I have a feeling you didn't think I was taking that from there.
I don't think you're going to board out one of the best cards in Premodern.
No.
It's especially good against me. It's like probably the best card against this deck.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's very troublesome.
the one card that is action against every plan your deck has.
Yep.
All right, deck, you have a sense of humor. I think on 5 I have to keep, though. It's going to 4 does not seem like a good idea.
Okay. Sorry, man.
Go ahead.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to start with the city. I'm going to go to 19 for a black mana and cast a duress.
All right. You'll see 3 lands, a Savannah Line, and a Whip Quarter.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Go ahead.
Start with that one.
Okay. My turn?
Yep. I'd wondered if you were going to bring those in. All right, what you got for Mage?
Whip quarter. Go ahead.
Seems reasonable. You might have Stifle. Let's just do this now. I'm going to fetch.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go to 19. I'm going to get an island, and I'm going to play Mother of Runes and Phyrexian Furnace this turn.
Okay.
I suppose I will also, in a moment, tap it to exile your Duress.
Sure.
See, there is an island in this deck, I'm pretty sure. There we go. And I'll attack you for the 2.
15.
Alright. 15. Oh, yes, you took 2 points there.
Sure.
And then I'll pass the turn back.
Wastes.
Yep.
You just played the mom?
Yep. Crippling fatigue incoming? Oh, nope, I'm going to take 2, it looks like. Alright.
And then I'll play a druid.
Looks like you got a druid.
Good.
Play the planes.
Yep.
Attack for 2.
12.
Yep, you took the point. Pass back.
End of the turn, I'll go to 11 to tutor.
Sure.
Is that good? I don't
Yep.
think you have counter magic in your deck.
No, that's fine.
Okay. I'll get a ape.
All right.
You just have 1 unknown in your hand.
That's correct.
Okay. I'll draw it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 1 from the city, and I'll cast it. And I'll target the furnace.
Well, Mother of Runes does not protect Phyrexian Furnace. Neither would Devoted Caretaker. I guess I will. I will sacrifice Furnace to exile your tutor.
Sure. I'll pass back. Go ahead.
Flint Strand.
Okay.
Fetch.
Okie dokie.
You'd hit me for 2, so I should be at 16 now.
Yes.
Attack for 2.
Hmm. Interesting. I'll block with the 8.
Thinking.
Okay.
Green or not.
Okay.
Play a morph.
Okay. My
Pass.
turn.
Mhm.
Good.
Pass.
How many in hand do you have?
3.
3. Huh. Okay. End of turn. Activate the Hermit Druid.
Activation resolves.
Okay. You'll see what I boarded in. So I'll just show you. Sylvan Safekeeper's in there.
All 3 of them, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to see
Cripple.
all 4 meddling mages, the
Mhm.
crippling fatigue, there's
Mhm.
the ghoul. You're going to see there's more meddling mages.
I've seen a new Katabi orangutan. It's probably naturalizing there
Orangutan.
too, I'm guessing.
One ray of revelation.
One ray.
And there's a stifle.
Okay.
All right, let me just make sure that I did this right.
Slightly simpler stack than Feb.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'll take another point and I'll cast a Croson Reclamation.
Okay.
And I'll shuffle in Shallow Grave and Shallow Grave.
That makes sense to me.
Do you have a Bance or Orange Chant in your deck? I didn't see it.
I do not have any Abeyance or Orange Chant in my sideboard, but boy, do I wish I had them right now.
Okay, I'll go to my turn.
Yeah. You got it.
I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a lot of untapped mana over there. I'm going to flashback Cabal Therapy. Targeting you.
Thinking. Four cards in your hand?
Correct.
Casting Light Tutor.
Okay. Light Tutor resolves.
The question is, what's any good at this point? I think I didn't see a Naturalize in your graveyard, which means there's probably an almost 100% chance it is in your hand currently. There's 2 Shallow Graves were what you shuffled in?
Correct, and I just drew one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, I saw 1 Stifle, but... Alright, I'll go get Tormod's card and put it on top of my library.
Okay. Therapy resolves.
Therapy will resolve. What are you naming?
Swords to Plowshares.
Silver Knight and Disenchant.
Okay. I'm going to tap a black.
Mm-hmm.
Go to 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast... Oh, I didn't put it near the top, of course.
Coffin Purge?
Coffin Purge, yeah.
Okay.
Get rid of my Hermit Druid. And I'll take another point, going to 6, and I'll cast a Shell. Okay, try to get cool.
That will resolve. And this is as it enters you exile, or is it? It's not a trigger, is it? Yeah.
As it is not a trigger. Yeah, I'll take it for 36.
At the beginning of combat, I'll unmorph with Quarter and tap down your Ghoul.
No. Curses. I was hoping it was an angel.
Boarded those out.
I had to go for it.
Yeah, I think you did.
Can I even win from here? I don't know if I can. Because we'll go to my end step and this will get exiled.
Yep.
I'll pass to you.
I'll untap.
Yep.
You have 1 card in library.
Yep.
I'll draw this. I think I'm just going to play it and activate it right now. Clear graveyard.
Okay.
And with 1 card in library, I think I'm probably just going to, at this point, pass.
Alright, we'll draw. Yeah, you got me. GG's.
Good games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That went about as well as I expected it to.
I mean, it went as well as I hoped, but I didn't actually expect. But that was, yeah. I boarded out the Angels. I'm just like, this matchup is going to be way too fast for Angels. Game is going to be over by the time I flip them and maybe hit once.
Yeah, that's fair. So you drew both whip quarters.
I drew 1 whip quarter.
Okay.
But I put back in and I shuffled them around because and this is something that someone else cued me in on is like you shouldn't just play it that way because that way it actually leaves the question: is it an angel? Is it something else? You know, so they don't know which one you grabbed.
Gotcha. I had the Stifle in hand, so if I had 1 more mana, I guess I would have been able to stop you, so.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I'm like, I saw 1 Stifle, I know your sideboard is 2, there's a Naturalize in there, there's no way you brought Ukatabi and Orangutan and Ray, and you didn't bring in Naturalize, so I'm like, okay, both those cards are here. I'm like, I just hope he attacks and doesn't have mana up to cast the Stifle he probably has.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I guess I could have waited a turn.
I think it's risky though because Do you mean like after you activate Hermit Druid, you wait another turn?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm trying to think, what do I do differently at that point? Is I have the Enlightened Tutor. You probably have. Did you have a Naturalize in hand?
No.
Oh, you did not. Okay. You activate Hermit Druid, done all that. Yeah, I probably am still getting Crypt at that point. You could stifle it, but then you're stifling the Crypt instead of.
Yeah. Instead of the Whip Quarter,
Yeah.
It doesn't really get much better, does it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you can exile 2 Dreadnoughts, but then the Ghoul gets exiled, and so therefore you can't try it again the next turn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think you had either way.
Yeah. All right. So at some points during the league, I've been like, well, Whip Quarter, is great, but Whip Quarter is certainly coming out for me, right? It's certainly putting in his work in the top 16. So.
Oh yeah. When I saw your deck, I was like, oh, this is just so bad for me. I mean,
the card that
is tuned really well to beat mine.
The card that was really scaring me was like that Sylvan Safekeeper, because I played a little bit of Legacy Depths, and like Sylvan Safekeeper, oh my god, that card can just be impossible to fight through.
Yeah, I mean, Safekeeper would have been, arguably better than Meddling Mage there, right? So
yeah,
it's nuts. I had the Meddling Mage and a Hermit Druid, and I had the Duress in my opening hand, so I'm just that's a great hand, but not enough.
Nope.
Not enough. The Furnace slowed me down, and then the Whip Quarter sealed the deal.
I was wondering if the Furnace, like, you got rid of the Furnace, I'm like, okay, this is a meaningful thing, me leaving up the mana, that you would have gotten you would not have gotten the Yucatabi Orangutan if it wasn't being a bother. So did you sideboard out Vision Charms and?
No, the Vision Charms are there.
Okay.
They're totally there. I had a in that last game, I believe I had one Dreadnought in my hand, but no charm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first game I blocked the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how you were gonna sideboard, and I went, oh, every card in his sideboard does something in this match. Are you gonna go full blue-white, Stifle Knot with the Safekeeper backup, or I'm like, I figured Doomsday is coming out, but after that I couldn't figure out what you were gonna drop.
Yeah, Doomsday comes out, the birds come out, the Lotus Petals come out, because drawing those later just doesn't give me an advantage. So if I don't have a petal or a bird in my opening hand, they're just garbage at that point, because you just have so many ways to slow the game down, that I know that I'm going to have to fight through some amount of hate, and so I don't want to be in turn like 4 or 5 drawing a bird or a breakthrough or something, right?
That makes sense.
So those just come out because the games are just slower, and I have to like carefully figure out when I'm going to go for it. But there was just too much hate. That's exactly what I expected. Is you just have too much hate in your deck.
Yeah. Okay, so like the interaction was enough to slow it down. That you expect the games to go longer, so you're planning for the longer game instead. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the best case scenario for me would be like turn 1 I duress you, right? And I take a Swords, and that's your only like answer. You don't have a seal, you don't have a Disenchant, you don't have a Whip Quarter, right? And then I go turn 2 Dreadnought, right?
Yeah.
And then you have 2 turns of your dead. Like that is the best case scenario for me against you. But you have so many cards, right? That are good against me in terms of, because my one strategy is attacking, and in Whip Quarters you have the Artifact hate, you have the Meddling Mages, right? You just have so many ways just to keep slowing me down, and then you can start taxing my mana as well, which is another way to beat this deck, is to beat its mana, because its mana is very greedy, and you really do need at least 3 mana to combo off with the Hermit, and even more if I want to try to fight through hate, right? So really I needed 4 mana there for you in that last game, but I only had 3. I was really hoping to draw a land in that last turn before I went off, because then I would have been able to leave the Stifle up as well, but I couldn't, and I guess with the information that you had, the more creature on the board, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the Cabal Therapy line, because you only had 2 cards in your hand, but you have 2 you do have Whip Quarter in your hand, right? So I know about it, so probably possible that it is the whip quarter and I have to leave the stifle up. So maybe that was the plain mistake, is it was much more likely the whip quarter was going to stop me, and it probably wasn't an Exalted Angel. So that's probably a mistake on my part, but there's just a lot of ways where you can interact with me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like I was thinking about this going, as I was trying to plan the match, going, oh my goodness, he's got all these different angles he can go from, and I have to stop and remind myself, but from your side, you're seeing all these different points of these different cards that I have that interact with you, and yeah, I have to remember it to be really there from the other side.
For sure.
Yeah, but thank you, for being patient with my scheduling, and for being willing to rebook, and for the good match. So.
Oh yeah, of course, man, no problem. And yeah, thanks for the games. Best of luck in the rest of the month, man. I hope to go all the way.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to stop the recording.